Hey y'all, Shark Scrapper. You might remember when I did the arcade pickup that I had a bunch of stuff that I said looked like computers, so I bought them as computers. Well, here we have one. So come on, let's dive in and get an idea of what is really inside this thing that kind of looks like a computer but came from an arcade center.
This is Shark Scrapper. Of course, Mailbox Man, I'll be right over. Thanks for calling.
Hey y'all, we just got back from a pickup from the mailbox guy. This is usually the kind of stuff that I get, and some are aluminum, some are ferrous, so you know I always test and set the aluminum ones aside. But this was really interesting. He had to do a repair job at a higher end neighborhood, one of the gated communities. So this is kind of cool because this is cast aluminum. You can tell from looking at the grain here that that's a cast aluminum, and that's really kind of heavy. So we'll go through and make sure that we get all the ferrous bolts off of this. But I just thought that was interesting. The high-end gated communities, I guess, have to have expensive, heavy, fancy mailboxes compared to what the rest of us have.
And speaking of mailboxes, let's do a quick mail call before we get onto that PC looking kind of thing.
It's mail call time. This one is from Mark Stamantis, so that'll be fun. And then we also have a small box from the Mariscals. They always send me some fun stuff. So yeah, come on, let's dive in, see what cool things people have sent to the Shark. So this box is from Mark Stamantis. Mark, thank you, greatly appreciated. Oh, I found this at a secondhand store and I immediately thought of you. Hope you find a good spot on your shark cage to display it. Oh man, let's see, what do we got going here? Oh, that's hilarious. We got a diver with a rebreather going on, and a shark cage, and a small boat that they were in. There's the shark in the back. Oh, that's hilarious. Mark, thank you, man. That's hilarious. Oh, I'll have some fun with that for sure. All right, and then we have something from the Mariscals. Let's see what we got going here. I'm trying to be careful not to reveal addresses. So that's why I'm holding the box at a funny angle. Just trying to be respectful of people's privacy. All right, more gloves. Awesome. Yeah, that is great. Cut resistant gloves. This is so cool. These gloves, I really like these gloves. You see, I use them all the time. You can, the way this rubber is really cool because you can use your cell phone while you have the glove on. So that's pretty nice as long as I don't have heatsink paste all over it. So thank you very much. That's very nice. And Deep Sea Shiver Silver Tip Shark, Great White Shark. What are these? Identity card kind of thing. Topps Shark trading cards. Oh man, that is so cool. Now, it was always my understanding that you shouldn't open the trading cards because, you know, I mean, when I was a youngster, I had some really cool trading cards, and of course we messed them all up. Well, some of them even ended up in our bicycle wheels. But God knows how much money I lost in my cards. So I wonder if I should not open this or what we should. Oh, I'm going to have to think about this. But thank you very much. That was so thoughtful of you. And then, of course, the gloves are always appreciated. So, wow. Very nice. Thank you all. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with these now.
Now let's see, where were we? Oh yeah, we were scrapping out something that looks like a PC.
Power supply, ribbon wire, probably some sort of peripheral device here. PCI kind of arrangements here. So I think these are 1/4 inch. Yes, they are. Something fell over. I don't know what that was. Yeah, it's a computer. I mean, look at that. Oh, something fell into the... that was just some mid-grade boards falling over. So you can see it's just a computer. Here's a green motherboard. So yeah, let's continue our adventure here. Find out exactly what we're dealing with. What do you say? Yeah. Ribbon wire. PCI slot card. Gold fingered card. Take off this bracket and this little transformer motor thing, and you've got the top end gold fingered card to sell to boardsort.com. Just your input-output card here. That's not a 1/4 inch on those tiny little screws. We'll go get those little guys out of there, and then that board can go in with my low grades. Get these nuts unscrewed, and there is a peripheral device, Rolink controller, service, calibrate, power. So this was probably something specific to the gaming industry for controlling the games. Come on, come on. There we go. Just some sheet steel. Yeah, so that's a real nice peripheral board there. We've got some yellow tantalums, we've got some nice big chunky MLCCs, bunch of ICs, an oscillator, socket mounted IC, flat pack kind of things, some sort of oscillator thing there, a whole bunch of smaller MLCCs and components all over the board, and then all these pins. Some of them are gold plated, some are not. Nothing on the back, so, oh, and a epoxy dipped tantalum capacitor right there. Yeah, that's a C. All right, so I am going to throw all of this into my peripheral high grade box. Just like that. Now then, go to the Phillips #1 Phillips. Get the fan. There we go. Now we're going to turn this fan into a copper bearing motor. Just like that. For my yard, they'll take that as a copper bearing motor. Yards are different, so make sure you know what your yard is willing to take. And then let's see, motherboard. There's our shell. All right, so we've got some gold RAM. What kind of RAM did they have in here? Kingston, KVR. I don't see a size on here anywhere. Let's get the CMOS battery off of here. Let's see what sort of processor we're dealing with. We don't have to take the fan off to get the processor out, but the fan's got to come off sooner or later, so might as well. There we go. Looks like it's going to be a large socket. Yeah, green fiber. So there's our aluminum heatsink. And then we have a green fiber, so that means we've got a large socket motherboard here. Come on, you. Come on, there we go. So green fiber, no heat sink back here. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there is a little bit of a heat sink right there, isn't that? Yeah. Kind of thinner than most. Huh, all right, well, I have to figure out what we're going to do with that. Might just go with the gold pinned connectors because it's got this heat spreader, heat sink thing here. Row. Manufacturer is Intel. And made in 2001. Celeron. Cool beans. As you can see, compared to a typical green fiber, that heatsink adds weight, but it also reduces the overall value of the card. Or of the CPU, excuse me. All right, so you're going to get sold as a large socket motherboard. Let's get this other heatsink off of here. We removed the CMOS battery, so that's ready to be sold to board sort. For those of you that don't understand the definition, this is your CPU socket. So you hear people refer to large socket, small socket. If this hole right here is big enough to fit a US quarter inside of it, then it is a large socket motherboard. If a US quarter will not fit inside it, it's a small socket motherboard. And then there's different grading categories for small socket motherboards. Right, so here we have the power supply. And that's just got a couple of nuts here. Very similar to, I was going to make a bad joke about the folks that come up on the live stream panel every Sunday with us, either on my live stream on Sundays at 2 or with Scrapping Irish when he comes up right after me. But that was just me having a bad sense of humor. All right, so get the cable out of here. There we go. Shred steel, power supply. Gives me a chance to play with my DeWalt cutter. Now, I certainly don't have to use it for this, but it really makes it easy on my hands. There you go. And if I run it through just a little bit longer, it cycles through and then I can just flip it over again. I've had some people say that they've been using electric pruning shears, and I'm sure that they work fine. My only concern would be, so I got this because I also get some very large cable from my electrician, and this will let me cut it. With electric pruning shears, the thing that may happen over time, because the same thing happens with the hand pruning shears, I've used them for cutting wire in the past, is the blades start to get misaligned, and then the wire will get up in between there, and the blades, when they cut down, will just go on either side of the wire instead of cutting the wire. So you got to watch out for that. But I'm sure that they're, you know, to get started quickly with something that's a little less expensive than that, the electric shears probably work just fine.
Time for me to clean up and get ready for the next operation. Why don't you all follow these links to more shark scrapping videos? And don't forget, the round one in the middle is to help you to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. We'll see you all on the next one. Have a great day.